Even I know you ain't no good for me, but you feel so good to me.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope this video finds you well. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Candice. I create beauty, primarily makeup content, and I dabble in a bit of discourse. Welcome to my channel and all things me. So first of all, happy new year. I hope your transition into the new year went well and everything is going good so far for you. New year, and I'm here with some new content, some new vibes. So in this video, I created this gorgeous look. It's basically my updated base routine. I've also spoken a bit in this video, just sort of like catch up vibes, you know, just trying to catch up with you guys. Thank you so much for your continued support and love. Without further ado, let's get into this video. I hope you enjoy it. Got a cheeky little mocktail here. My eyebrows were giving me hell today, especially this brow. I've been sat here for like an hour trying to get my brows right to the point where my ice has melted. That's just the lime and mint mocktail because I don't like alcohol. I think it tastes disgusting. Anyway, let's get into this video. This is the second time I'm filming this. I feel like I haven't picked up a camera in so long, so I don't know what I'm doing. So bear with me. I'm just taking my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. Yesterday I basically shaved my face. I've not dermaplaned, shaved. I shaved in a downwards motion just to get rid of that peach fuzz. It's not very obvious, but I feel like it makes a difference. I do this about every 2 weeks. This time was 2 weeks. It's just whenever I fancy or when I notice it. Before that Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer, I did my skincare routine and I exfoliated. So I exfoliated using the Dr. Dennis Gross Extra Strength Daily Peel pads. If you haven't tried these already, oh, get into it. There's like 3 different strengths. When I say that these have dramatically reduced any texture on my face and have been helping to like fade the hyperpigmentation on my face, these are amazing. So I'm going to colour correct using this Huda Beauty Full Filter Colour Corrector in the shade Papaya. The foundation that I'm using today is medium coverage, so I'm just making sure that I've completely blanked out my hyperpigmentation with this. This is the Smashbox Cosmetics Blurring Concealer Brush. Any dense concealer brush will do. Where have I been? Oh, where does one begin? Aside from my stories, I haven't posted anything on Instagram nor here for 3 months. I didn't plan to be away for so long, but honestly life was just really lifing. With everything that was going on, it just didn't really feel right to be posting. I was acutely aware of my privilege and I still am now. It just felt like the world was honestly falling apart and it still feels like that now. Yeah, that's why I was gone in October. I'm just going in with this Haus foundation. This is in the shade 440. This always comes out a little grey on me. I did do a full face with it and try to finesse it and it sort of was okay. So we're going to do that again. This is the Makeup by Mario F4 brush. Easily one of my favourite brushes, one of my favourite products from 2023. In November, I got sick. I ended up in hospital with food poisoning. The one time I go out. How ironic. So that was that, and then just when I started to feel better again in December, I ended up with an RTI, a respiratory tract infection that I thought was a cold the whole time. It got to a week and it wasn't going away, and I don't get ill like that, so when I do it's like really bad. But I was like, no, this is really bad. What is going on? Then I couldn't breathe properly, had to call an ambulance, ended up in A&E, and yeah, boom, respiratory tract infection. So the last few months have not been easy, they have not been great, but like I said, with all that is happening in the world, trust me, I recognise my own privilege in all of that. So I'm only now really getting back to myself, getting back to normal. So here's some content. The first week of the new year is now almost done. Tomorrow is the weekend, it will be Saturday. Doesn't really feel like a new year to me. Just only when I see the date am I like, oh my gosh, it's a new year, but it doesn't really feel like a new year to me, especially because nothing has really changed. I don't know, I feel like this year has to be different. I feel like last year, without saying too much, last year just wasn't my greatest year, to be honest. It felt very directionless. I spoke in 2022 about like finishing uni and then being just like dropped into this abyss and how scary it is. Still very much in the abyss, still very much there. But I feel like I kind of know what I'm doing this year and what I plan to do, and I'm not really too sharing that because I sort of just want to keep that private and just pop out when things happen. But I'm putting it in the grace of Almighty God. This is what I mean about it looking grey. because I know for a fact I look great right now. And that foundation is 40 something pound. If you think that I'm going to buy another one, you must be mad. I did use about 1.5 pumps, which is a bit more than I'd normally use, but it's cool. One of my favorite products right now. So this is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick in the shade Dark. This is not a new product, but it is a new product to me. I kept seeing the girls use it and I was like, I want to give this a go. And it is easily one of the best purchases of 2023 because it is too good. It blends like a dream. It is just like the perfect, I don't just stop talking and just let the product do the talking. But I'm just going to put this here. There is a shade after this. Shade after this called Deep Dark, I believe. Or Dark Deep, rather. One of the two. Is that my primer peeling or is that the product? I think that might be my primer. I'm not in the mood for this. I feel like with the new year, everyone does, you know, New Year's resolutions. How do you guys feel about New Year's resolutions? I feel like it depends on what the resolution is, but for me, especially when it's like a diet or exercise, sorry, that's gonna last like a week. It's gonna last like a week if I'm gonna be entirely honest with myself. That never works. I have a problem with consistency. Okay, so this is the Makeup by Mario F1 brush, but yeah. I just look, it's literally just melting away. Crazy. But yeah, as I was saying, I have a problem with consistency. So things like that just never really work for me. I feel like I'm better off doing things in my own time and just building up a habit rather than being very performative and being like, yeah, it's a new month, it's a new year or whatever, and I'm gonna do it now. Do you know what I mean? Having said that, I do feel like it's a good time for new beginnings. So get yourself together, get things in order. I'm trying to talk whilst I do this tutorial, so it's like somewhat coherent, and I'm struggling. Sticking with Makeup by Mario, this is the Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil in the shade Perfect Pink. My sister got me this for Christmas. Love you. Mwah. No bars. Mwah. This is the other end of that Makeup by Mario F1 brush, the foundation brush. And we're just gonna, this is like a funny texture, I'm not gonna lie to you, and it's very sheer. So I'm just gonna apply that and then just gently dab. The first time I used it, it applied very weirdly, so I'm just trying to be mindful. So it just gives you like a flush of color, which is nice. So it's not the most pigmented. I hope you guys can see that because I can definitely see. Yeah, that ins and outs trend on TikTok. What are your ins and outs for 2024? My in is consistency, holding myself accountable, taking care of myself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, everything. Taking this content creating thing seriously. My outs are procrastination / idleness, fear, doubt, anxiety, which is easier said than done. The fear of being perceived. Like, I hate the idea that I'm being perceived, that people are watching me. But in this field, in this thing that I'm trying to do, this platform, this brand, and this name for myself that I'm trying to build, perception is integral. Like, how can you be a content creator and not want to be perceived? It doesn't make sense. So I really need to get over that because I feel like I just worry so much about what people think. That is one thing that I need to also let go of. I worry a lot about what people think and what people will think when they see my content, and the fear of cringe. I fear being cringy. But I was thinking about it the other day and I was like, you're only cringy to people whose vibe doesn't match yours. Like, you're only cringy to people who aren't your people, who aren't your tribe. So why would I care about someone who just isn't really my kind of person? Do you know what I mean? And I'm not really their kind of person. Buying unnecessary makeup, my goodness. I did a massive decluttering. I just buy a lot of things. I feel like I took retail therapy too seriously because anytime I'm upset or anything, I go straight to Cult Beauty, straight to Space NK, straight to whatever, Sephora, and I'm going to buy something to make myself feel better. And I do that way too much, and it's not sustainable in this climate with financial crises, cost of living crisis, everything. It's not sustainable. I act like the money in my pockets can done. It can really done. It can very much finish. So that is one thing that I need to out. And then also in savings, level with me here. Do you save? I just started reading Things Fall Apart. So this is the book. I really love post-colonial literature. So this is set in Nigeria in 1890. Listen to this. Enoka, for that was his father's name, had died 10 years ago. In his day he was lazy and improvident and was quite incapable of thinking about tomorrow. If any money came his way, and it seldom did, he immediately bought gourds of palm wine, called round his neighbours, and made merry. He always said that whenever he saw a dead man's mouth, he saw the folly of not eating what one had in one's lifetime. His character seems like a warning. I really love that constant that you have in post-colonial literature where these characters represent these grander ideas, and you see that a lot with general literature, but I love the way that it's done in post-colonial literature. That's another thing that I need to do, read more. That's in my ins. And then outs, mindless scrolling and excessive screen time. Those are my ins and outs. There's probably more, but I can't really remember them right now. But what are yours? Comment down below. Now it's time for concealer. I feel like my face feels really wet because a lot of the products that I'm using are quite glowy. This isn't like a fixed routine. This is sort of like the products that I've been loving and enjoying recently. You're going to see a lot of Makeup by Mario. I feel like that's probably one of my 2023 brands, along with Hourglass and Patrick Tar. So I'm going in with this Makeup by Mario Surrealskin concealer in the shade 420. I quite like this concealer. I know other people have different opinions, perspectives, etc., but I actually do like this concealer. So we're gonna let that sit for a bit. How was your 2023? Like, did you achieve what you set out to do? I don't know. I feel like for me, it just gave it is what it is. I feel like I kind of lost my spark last year. The year to me was little effort, little reward. And it's not like I was putting in little effort out of like laziness or idleness, but sometimes just out of entire complete burnout and just like coming to a halt and crashing. Like, I wasn't intentional about what I set out to do. I didn't have anything written down. I didn't have any plans. Habakkuk 2 verse 2 in the Bible says, write the vision and make it plain. I never did that, and I don't want it to be like another year like that because I feel like I'm still young. But I don't know, it feels like I have to have a consciousness about things. It's like I'm getting older and I can no longer squander my time, nor my life, nor my years. And there has to be a plan and there has to be something definitive. And I feel like even though I've come to understand that life is like this big, grand figuring out, you still need to have a plan bit by bit, or you need to know something. The year's already gone and I've done that this year. I have written down what it is that I want to do. I've written down like my goals for this year, and then I've written down the things that I can do for each thing on like a daily, weekly, monthly, whatever basis to try and achieve that goal. So yeah, ultimately I'm putting it in God's hands, and I'm praying that this year is successful and fruitful and that we yield a good harvest and crop in Jesus' name. Amen. I'm gonna blend this out now that I've been yapping away. This is a House concealer brush. I've seen the House concealer, but I just don't have a desire to get it just because I already have a bunch of concealers. If you're new here, you will always see me go back in with the brushes that I've used before for a better blend. I have really been enjoying this brush. It comes close to my Hourglass brush, which says a lot because if you know me, you know I love that brush. Okay, just like so. I'm gonna come back and blend again. I'm just gonna go on the edge of this. Since the last time my makeup has changed, the last video that I posted on here was a drugstore routine. Me personally, I love makeup. I'm always gonna spend money on makeup just because I feel like you can definitely tell the difference in quality with a lot of products. Like, your most important thing is your base. It's just like, it really depends. Like, certain things I don't really care about. Maybe mascara and lip liner. You can't really tell when something is drugstore, when something is more expensive. But when it comes to your base, when it comes to foundation, invest in a good foundation. Like, invest in a good foundation and a good concealer and a good setting powder. I feel like you can upgrade your makeup in phases. Doesn't matter where you are, you will be feeling the pinch of everything. So I appreciate it's just not feasible for everybody to just get up and start, you know, throwing out their makeup and everything. No, I get that, but this is coming from someone who used to wear drugstore makeup. I started off in the drugstore. I've been wearing makeup for like a full face for like maybe 8 years now. And it has changed. My makeup has changed dramatically. Even from just like the last time that I did my makeup. I feel like now less is more. And when I say less is more, I mean like the overall finish. I'm still gonna put that on. Don't get it twisted. It's still gonna look like makeup. I just feel like I want makeup that looks a bit more like me compared to like that tutorial that everybody keeps watching and it's the most viewed on my channel, which is the UK black girl makeup. I don't do my makeup like that anymore. I don't like big lashes. I don't mind a matte foundation, but I don't typically go for them anymore. I go for something that is demi-matte or radiant, and I just prep and prime my T-zone where I get oily accordingly. I'm a blush girl now. I'm just like shying away from certain things, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Tipped the lid already, but I'm going in with my Huda Beauty powder in the shade Banana Bread, and I'm using that to set my under eyes and my face, and I'll be going in with my Trigwell Cosmetics Powder Puff. Okay, so what I do is I set my under eye a bit, and then I'll go in with powder and I'll bake around chin, and then get my forehead like so. My favorite thing to put powder on is my forehead, because that matteness is so satisfying. Then you can use the rest to go over my nose and then my lids as well, just to mattify the area. Now what I will do is take a little around my nose. I might just bake around there as well. What we look like right now looks a little scary. Because I did go in and set underneath my eye properly, it means that I can leave this bake on for quite a bit. Baking's hit and miss. You have to figure out what works for you. You have to figure out what time works for you. Like, once you start to feel like your under eyes feel a bit dry, take that off. Because the last thing that you want is your under eye looking really like crinkly. Just like literally, not even crinkly. This is the Hourglass dual-ended brush. It looks like this. I think it's like a powder brush. And I'm taking this MAC Studio Fix foundation powder in the shade NC47. It matches my skin more or less. Lightly set down that foundation so it doesn't move. And we're just gonna take our time. I really love this brush. I don't know if you guys have seen people use it as like an actual foundation brush. I want to try that. And literally that, and then we're taking that underneath our neck and around here as well. Because this is a foundation powder, you can also use this to like build up coverage, and it also has like a somewhat blurring effect. So this is one of my favorite powders to use. It is now rubbed off because I use it all the time, but this is the Patrick Ta Full Contour 2 brush, I believe. Nothing's changed. This is still like my favorite bronzer. If I could use a bronzer for the rest of my life, it would probably be this. This is the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker bronzer in the shade Cocoa Naughty, and as you can see, I have hit pan. I'm not swiping this. I'm actually just gonna tap like so, just like this. And I really love this brush because you can see when it touches my face, it sort of disperses, which means that it will help to like blend the product better for you as well. I much prefer bronzer to contour. They do entirely different things, but you'll rarely see me use contour. Contour's cool tone, bronzer is warm. And by tapping, we have not disrupted anything. We look good. So this is the Soft Pop powder blush in the shade Poppy Pink. I have been eyeing this blush ever since it came out. Sephora did a sale. Some of the Makeup by Mario products were discounted by 25%. So I said, you know what, now is the time. If there's ever a time, it's right now. Like, I'm just a pink blush girly. I know the girls love red. I know the girls love orange and sometimes even purple, but leave me and my pink. And I'm good with the pink. I might branch into a little bit of peach. This is the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH06. This is easily one of my favorite powder blush brushes. And so I'm literally just going to take a bit of this. And this is pigmented. I'm literally just taking that where we put that cream blush. Right up here. And we're just taking our time. We're not doing too much. I like to do this whilst my bake is still on, because I feel like it just makes it blend even better. And just keep it high, keep it underneath the brow, never really past the brow. You'll see me push it outwards, but the application is literally in line with my brow, so like literally like that. So yummy. A little bit on my nose, chin. So I'm gonna take this Makeup by Ariel X Morphe A14 brush, taking another one of those MAC Studio Fix foundation powders, but this time in the shade NC43. It more or less matches my under eye. It looks quite bright. Don't be alarmed. And this is what I'm going to use to wipe off my bake. You don't have to do this because it kind of gives your eye a bit more coverage, but it looks really nice. And then the same thing over here, going down here. How yummy. Like, that looks so good. So I'm just taking a little bit of that blush, and what I'm doing is I'm applying it like right here. Like, be careful not to poke yourself in the eye, but it's like literally right here. And that's just a little bit, just to allow for that blush to like blend better. I also changed my setup. I feel like this looks better definitely for my camera. I basically had two lights and they were like here and here. So sort of in front of me but not central. Now I have like a central light right in front of me and my camera is like just to the side of it, and then my phone is on the other side recording at the same time. I feel like my under eyes don't look as full, like the coverage doesn't look as full underneath, so I'm literally dipping straight into that powder, foundation powder that we use to dust off the bake with, and I'm going directly underneath the eye. And we're doing this in layers and building it up to our desired pigment because we don't want to add too much and then everything looks crazy, you know. Lips are a little bit dry and I'm about to do my lip combo in a bit, but gotta put satin on. This is the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm in the shade Pink Sugar. Listen, when I say the girls were not lying about this product, this is so good. My little sister actually bought the Sweet Mint version, I think it's called. It's like the green one, and that smells divine as well. That will be the next one that I buy. I think it's worth noting that I've also exfoliated my lips with this Refy Clear Lip Buff Exfoliant. When I say this is one of the best purchases of 2023 as well. I think I need to do like a video. Let me know if you guys want to see that. I'm just taking that bronzer and taking that eyeshadow brush. Makeup by Ariel X Morphe A11 brush. You know the drill, bronzer on the lid, it's nothing crazy. And I'm literally just working it onto my lid, but then also buffing it out so that it's not crazy looking either. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my face with this Hourglass Veil Soft Focus setting spray. This is such a fine mist and I really love this because I don't wear highlighter. I don't like it, but if I want a glow, this is going to give me it, and it's going to give like a glow from within vibe, and I feel like it just makes your makeup look so soft and so airbrushed. I love. I'm now going to use my Patrick Tar fan and fan that away. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in the shade number 2 medium. Taking that clean side of this powder brush, dusting it along the areas that I wish to massify and sort of blur. This brush does pick up quite a bit of powder. And then you can see the luminosity, this sort of glow from within vibe that spray gave me on my cheeks. This is like my favorite step and I never ever miss it. Never ever. Just a brow pen. Honestly, just a brow pen. I always put them here. One above my lip. Here. One here. And then I have a real one right there. Sort of one day just decided that this is where I wanted to put them, and those have been my designated areas for years now. Lashes, possibly. Lips, fix me hair. Then we're done, love. We're done. Don't think I said, but the brow product that I'm using is a new brow product. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze Gel. I got sent this in PR, but I would genuinely go and buy this with my own money. Look at my brows. Tell me that they don't eat. Tell me. You can't. I think I'm just going to quickly throw in a lash. So the lashes that I've actually really been loving, these are the Velour Plant Fiber Lashes. I think they're in the style Cloud 9. These are 100% vegan and cruelty free, and they're hemp derived lashes. This is what the lashes look like. They are so cute. I've made it this far. Cheers to you. Ooh, the bottom is very sour. Last 3 products are all from Makeup by Mario. Put me on your PR, I'm joking now. I'm not. The Makeup by Mario Ultra Suede Sculpting Lip Pencil in the shade Dark Chocolate. I really love this lip liner. I love that it comes with a sharpener, and then I also love that it has a little brush on the other end. I think it was Makeup by Mario himself that actually taught me that if you're ever gonna overline anywhere on your lips, let it be the bottom and the top, and never the sides, because then you drag down your lip. My bottom lip is like a lot more plump, and you won't be able to see that line anyway, so I don't really overline that area. So I basically, for my bottom lip, adhered to my normal lip line. This is what we look like. I don't really overline my lips. I'm conscious of what that looks like in real life, and I'm not trying to be out here looking crazy, so don't really do that. Now it's time for the other side of the lip liner, and this is what I mean, like, it just blends so beautifully. I actually recently picked this up. I haven't tried this. Makeup by Mario Ultra Suede Lipstick. This is their matte lipstick in the shade Sierra. Looks so good. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. Of course I'm going to add a gloss, but we're going on top with this Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum in the shade Bare Glow. So it's like one of these twisty up formulas, and you don't need a lot, so I just twist up literally a little bit right on top of that. Fenty Beauty OG Lip Gloss in the shade Hot Chocolate. This is the finished look. This is how everything came together. And I know that I said that I'm still figuring out like my full base and like my definitive routine. But I think I've found it. Like, guys, this eats down so bad. Although I did put, you know, I put that on. I did put quite a bit of like foundation on, and there's like several products on my face. I promise you it doesn't look like it. It almost looks as if I have underpainted. Like, you cannot see where things begin nor end, and I'm super proud of myself. I'm really happy with how this came out. I feel like everything came together. The tools and the products that I've used today will be down below in the description box. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share, so I know how you guys are feeling. Let me know what you want to see from me this year aside from consistency. I'll try my hardest to deliver on that, and I actually give you guys permission. If you see me disappear for like more than 2 weeks, you can definitely at me, sis. I know it's 2024 now, but I just want to say thank you ever so much for your continued support, for taking the time out of your day for watching me. If you bought anything off my recommendation, thank you so much for putting that trust in me. I do not take it lightly, trust me. Follow me on the rest of my socials for more content from me. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one, but until then, take care. Mwah. Love you long time. Bye.